Good evening. How's it going? Look at me sitting here in my suave business shirt. I wear these around the house when I do housework, and it makes me feel better about doing the housework. Makes me feel like professional. I'm just kidding. I just got home from work. So anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys today about something that really helped change my life, as in healing an injury. So I'll cut to the chase. About 5 years ago, I think it was, some of you know that I actually sustained a pretty bad shoulder injury lifting heavy on bench press in the gym one day. I actually strained it doing 405 for a couple reps, and then the next week I decided I'm just going to take it easy. Did about 365 and strained it even more. So then I was like, oh, I need to really chill out. So the next week I was like, I'm just going to stick with 225. And I was literally just warming up. And I was in the second set of 20, I think. And I got to 14 and I heard my shoulder give way, crack, pop. And being a stubborn bastard like I am, instead of just racking the weight and be done with it, I pushed out 4 more reps. When I stood up, my arm was pretty much dead. For the longest time, I was like this kind of thing. Oh, I gotta have a little drinky. I'm not kidding though. Put the hand on the steering wheel, shut the door. It was probably a good year before I actually started doing any kind of bench. I did do, some cable flies and things like that. But I tell you, it's just insane how much it debilitates you. So what happened? I went to a specialist and I had torn my labrum and my rotator. And he pretty much said to me that I needed surgery to heal it. And good thing was, he was like, yeah, I've done my own labrum and rotator and I just never got surgery. So I was like, well, shit, if he can do it, I can do it. So basically what I did, I rehabbed the injury for over years. And no matter what, the pain never subsided. Even when it was healed to the point where I could bench over 300 again, it killed me. Even warming up with 135 killed me. It was constant pain. And when I used, say, the bench press decline machine, which is the hammer strength plate loaded one, I'd have to get into it by doing quarter rep, half rep, third rep, full rep. Otherwise, it just killed me, straight off the bat. So I put up with this for about 4 years, and one day someone at the gym mentioned to me that there's peptides available that can actually help heal ligaments and tendons. And I was like, geez, I'd never heard of that before. So what did I do? I got home and I grabbed Google, and I was like, peptide that repairs ligaments and tendons. And this peptide called BPC-157 appeared. And I started researching. I read so much stuff about it. I'd read, a lot of people have posted their results and, what's happened with them online. And I'm telling you, most of the people that, I'd read that had used it, just raved about it. It was like a miracle in a bottle. So what BPC stands for is body protection compound. Now, here's the crazy thing. You're never going to believe this shit. It is derived from human gastric juice. Now, I think because gastric juice has a lot of healing properties, because our stomachs get hammered, okay? So they are constantly having to heal. So I guess that's why, they decided to make this stuff. I don't even know. And I don't know how many human clinical trials. But it's called pentadecapeptide. Pentadecapeptide. Now, this stuff, I just want to say real quick, you need to do your own independent research and read. And if you do decide you're going to purchase some, investigate the company, see what you can find out about them. Now, they will sell you this stuff, okay, as a research peptide. What that means is it's not for human consumption, okay? So with anything, you're going to be using it at your own risk. And I was like, for me, the risk was worth it because I didn't want to go through surgery. So, anyway, I grabbed some, okay? Now, how it works is it's going to come in a little bottle, okay? And it's going to be powder. Now, what you have to do is reconstitute the powder with bacteriostatic water. Obviously, bacteriostatic is void of bacteria, so it's deionized and I guess maybe pasteurized or whatever it is to get the bacteria completely out of the water, because you don't want to be injecting any water in your body that's got bacteria, and trust me, you're going to have crazy abscesses and things like that. So I decided I was going to give it a whirl. So I researched a couple companies, found some stuff, and I got it. So it turns up, reconstituted it with the bacteriostatic water. Now, the stuff I bought was 5 milligrams, okay? So 5 milligrams. Now, ideally, it'd be cool if you could stick in 5 cc's of water, but the little vial's so small. So what I did, I put 2.5 cc's of water in there, okay? So basically, you're doubling the potency, okay? Because it's half of the water of the 5 milligrams. So if you shoot, I think it was 125 micrograms, that equaled basically 250 micrograms of the actual, the potency of the peptide. So the research I done said it was best to use around 250 micrograms twice a day. Now, what I would do, right, is I would get my shoulder and I would find the most tender spot, okay? Now, you're just going to shoot this with an insulin pin, which is about a 29 gauge. They're a tiny little needle, okay? So don't be scared of the needles. Now, if you want to consult a doctor, by all means do so. Excuse me. By all means do so. I don't think they're going to, tell you to use it. So again, do your own research and see if it's worth doing this for you. Because, with anything in life, it is a risk, okay? And I'm not condoning it. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you my experience and what it did for me. So I did this. I did it 2 separate times. I think the first time I had a couple vials and it lasted me about 6 weeks. And it was healing it. But then I re-damaged it in the gym because I started pushing too hard. So then I got more. And for the first 4 weeks, I wasn't really feeling anything. And I was kind of getting disappointed. I thought, well, screw it, I've got it. I may as well keep going. So I kept going, and I am not kidding. It was day and night. One day I went to the gym, and I was doing a bench press movement. I was like, there's absolutely no pain. It is completely gone. And after 5 years of that pain, I mean, it was crazy that it was just overnight gone. So I kept using it for a few more weeks, just to get the healing. Now, what it does, right, it literally heals ligaments and tendons and skeletal muscle, okay? They've done plenty of trials on animals with injuries, and it's basically repaired them. Now, I think they started making this stuff in about 93, and maybe they did some human clinical trials. I didn't really research too much about that. What I was more interested in was looking up people that had used it and seeing what their experience was with it. So basically, in summary, BPC-157, bacteriostatic water, insulin pins, which is 29 gauge, okay? Research. Figure out if this is for you or not. But it changed my life. I mean, I did not want to have surgery. You get a shoulder surgery and it's a hit and miss. It could fix it. It could fuck it up, to be honest with you. And who wants a fucked up shoulder when they're already dealing with a fucked up shoulder? So, plus there's the money side of, obviously, the surgery. So, yeah, pretty amazing. I'm blown away. I couldn't believe that it actually worked. I think that I'm very skeptical about things like that. So, I was just like, well, fuck it. What have I got to lose? So, I decided to do it, and I did it, and I'm happy I did. All right. So I hope you guys can take the information that I've given you today and expand on it. Like I said, do your own research, figure it out for yourself, and see if it's something you're willing to do and willing to give a try. Yeah, it worked for me, and it's fantastic. And I got back to benching like 355 for a couple reps. I'm shooting to get back to over 400. I actually wanted to get to 500, and I think I was on the road to 500, and then, I got that injury, and it just derailed everything, and that happens, obviously, to a lot of people. So, give it a whirl, guys. You know, if you have any questions, there's a comment section right there. I'd ask for a like and a subscribe, but that's fucking a waste of time now, isn't it? Yeah, it is. These are funny, aren't they? You know what would be cool if when people give them, if it put their name beside it, so you can message them and say, thanks for the view, dickhead. Haha. See those? If you think this information was helpful, give me 1 or 2 of them. Give us 2. You can't, can you? Get 2 different accounts and give me 2. That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. All right, guys. But for real, I hope you got something out of this. I'm gonna go do something else now, I suppose. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But for reals, share this with friends, because let's be honest, everybody knows somebody that works out and has some kind of injury in the gym. Whether it be an ankle, a knee, a hip, a freaking shoulder is the most common injury. So many people cry to me about their shoulders, and I'm like, yep, I know, bro. Give this BPC-157 a whirl and you'll be fucking golden. All right, guys. I'm done. Peace out. Love yous, and we'll talk soon.